Hey guys, Genlox here, back with our blind, semi-blind playthrough of Prey. With me today is Jack. For the moment, I've spent the last, 15 minutes dealing with both kitties. Because Jack, several ways to solve problems. Consider your options carefully when dealing with opponents. Manny is like super annoyed, but Jack, even though he's super cute looking, is very antagonistic. Jack will deliberately antagonize Manny. And Jack is very innocent looking, but at the same time, when Manny was basically dying, Jack was going out of his way to attack him and assert dominance before he died. So like they're not as innocent as they appear. Right, so last time we cleared out the trauma center. Nihon, Japan. Yep. I've been there. To that if that's the floating gate in, is it Yokoshima? If that's the one, that I've been there. Alright, so what is annoying is that you cannot do it unless you know about it. You can't like open the safe unless you know about it, which is very strange and annoying. Okay, Sarah's hostilities. Let's listen to this.
Sarai, come in.
It's Sarah, but you can call me Chief Elazar. Matt.
Matthias, please. Forgive me, but your name is Sarai in the file.
We've been over this. My mother Americanized it. Will we be spending the next 59 minutes like this? Because we could cut it short right now.
We've discussed your mother. I thought perhaps today we could speak more about the career choices that were born of that.
Serving in the military wasn't an excuse to get away from her nagging, Matt. I was just restless.
There's
And you're
Manny.
better now? Not restless?
I'm fine.
Because your last tour of duty was the evacuation, and reports from there.
I saved as many as I could. For every soldier we lost, we were able to save 100 civilians.
Mr. Cat.
Yes. Tragic. Still, to lose soldiers under your command.
The cost was worth it, both in lives and the unification of the region.
Taking on a losing battle like that. Fighting. Not enemy troops, but the equivalent of a natural disaster.
It wasn't natural, it was man-made. It prepared me for here, Dr. Cole. Because this station, it's the same thing, a disaster waiting to happen. We are well-trained and poorly equipped. The research is dangerous. Keeping secrets secret is dangerous. I'm sure you would agree.
So there's a few things there. So first off, everyone's like, oh, therapy's great. I don't trust therapists. I don't trust doctors in general, because I've seen too much, but therapists especially. My sister is a therapist, and she's crazy. So therapists get into, or psychologists get into that because they're basically crazy and they need to know what's wrong with them. And that's why they go into psychology. So, I don't trust them in general, but, what Sarah mentioned was they're well-trained and poorly equipped. Yes. So they, they're researching Typhon stuff on board, and they lack the, basically Alex is in charge, and
Attention. Station leadership has issued an alert. All personnel should report to muster stations immediately and await further instructions.
Basically, he was saying it was going to be fine. Containment was never going to be breached, and so he didn't prepare for that. Or, more specifically, he denied, like, the security chief's ability to prepare for it. And presumably that's what results in things towards the end of the game where things escalate against our wishes. You know, so anyway. Yeah, and Manny was just here, and Manny's just as guilty of the whole Manny-Jack dispute as well, because he walked up, he saw Manny in my lap. I don't know if you could hear him growling, but Jack's sitting in my lap and his tail's hanging over the edge and just like flicking back and forth. Manny walks up and he's like trying to bite Jack's tail, and he's like, "Arr!" And he's like growling. And I'm just like, dude. So they're both kind of egging each other on. And, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. But then again, I was pissed at this game for like 3-4 days. So, who knows? Okay, Danielle's show. Danielle exhibits relentless anger towards authority generally and use specifically. A few gentle questions center on a tirade that ended with her storming out of the office. I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to skip these meetings.
Good afternoon, Talos.
For the rest of her tenure here on Talos 1.
Is everyone's responsibility.
This is interesting.
Send all help requests or concerns to security@transtar.talos.
They use specifically this. I'm curious about because we meet with her and she's basically cordial. She's fine / happy to see us. So we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, I skipped through all of this. I think I listened to these, but I wasn't, I mean, I clicked on them, but I wasn't paying attention, so we'll see.
These psych evals are a waste of time.
A waste of time? Like back on Earth?
That was different.
Was it? Anger, issues with authority. A year of counseling doesn't sound like a trivial matter.
Those files were supposed to be closed.
Are you angry?
I'm getting there.
Any new relationships?
No.
I thought you and Miss Foy, the sanitation engineer, were seen together.
She's a sanitation boss, and we're not in a relationship. Not anymore.
Ah. And this separation, did it involve anger? Issues with authority?
Screw this! I'm done. Report me to the U's, I don't care. They're putting the station at risk just like TranStar North and just like on Earthside. You assholes will bury it with your psych eval bullshit. And another thing.
So, I don't know a lot about psychology. It's not my field, but I know there's different methods of approach. This dude's approach, I don't know all the details, right? I don't know what it's called. This dude was definitely antagonistic, right? It's kind of amazing that when I've learned about some of this stuff, about, confrontation management, right? From management, from managers that talk about, like, managerial styles and all that stuff. You learn that my specific way of doing things is non-accusatory is the word, right? So I come up to stuff and I'm like, hey, you may have done this or whatever, or I thought I saw this, which is, if I see someone screw up, I don't say, hey, you screwed up. I say, hey, I think I saw this. Because that gives them, first off, it doesn't like, you did this. It's not like, you did this. It's non-accusatory. It's like, hey, maybe I'm wrong. If you did this, you're not supposed to have done that. So let's fix it. And you could be like, oh, well, if you thought you saw this, I could just redo it. It's fine. Right? It takes the blame off. This dude was very much like antagonistic. He was deliberately like poking at stuff. Like, tell me about your relationship. Oh, you have a distrust of authority. Oh, well, I've been watching you. You know, it's very weird. And I don't know. Again, the programmers only know so much. And the writers and all that stuff. But it would be really... There's a reason, like, the Metal Gear Solid people have consultants. I don't know if these guys had consultants as well. It would be very interesting to me if this Matthias Cole was engaged in some shady stuff. You know what I mean? Because you could, you know, you listen to this stuff and you're like, wow, he's kind of a dick, or maybe he's bad at his job or whatever, and all those are possible. But it would make more sense for him to be just dirty, right? And then the whole thing about her being like, they messed up Northside, they messed up Earth, the U's, all that stuff. Like, that's kind of curious about that. That's lore, right? Because, like I said, curious about all that stuff. So let's move on. What was that sound? Was that like a trash can opening or whatever? Yeah. See, like that. And what the hell is this thing? A water thingamabob? I don't know. Who is this? April McGuire? Why was she in here? I don't know. Are you okay, Jack? What's... What? Oh, it's the dude in there. Alright. Biohazard waste. No smoking. Strange that there's signs like that everywhere. And then this is weird. It's like you're being sedated. Or, yeah, okay. Brain scans and all that. Ace wraps everywhere. Lucia Jimenez. Are you getting down, Mr. Jack? That's okay. Gauze pads. You know, this is funny. This more looks like... That's a glove box, obviously. This more looks like masks. Gauze is a different box. Lots of money. I'm just saying, like, the TVs in here, they don't care. In my place, in many of my places, they just have freaking whiteboards. They don't even, that's the thing, they don't even have whiteboards. They freaking write on the glass that you could see into the room with dry erase markers. You know what I mean? That's where they're at. Okay. Now, something that struck me as weird was there was a quest. Yes, there was a quest to save this dude. And clearly he's dead. And yet I get here and I'm like over there and I hear him like, hey, help me, and there's enemies around. And then I kill the enemies and it's like he's dead. I'm just like, what's this quest? How am I supposed to save you when you've been dead since the beginning? Maybe I'm just crazy. Also, that weird implement, you see them everywhere, but yeah. Martin Giroud corpse. What was that? A banana? Oh, expired plasma bag. Operator dispenser. Now, so I'm pretty sure the green one is medical, but it doesn't... Oh, yeah, they're medical operators. It doesn't, you know... It does say, but it doesn't... I feel like it doesn't specifically say. I mean, does that make sense? Probably not. Okay, we've been in there. The dude needs... I am not a qualified engineer. 3. I need one more. One more neuromod. I love how you pick up the that's so weird. I think they're coming into your inventory, but Trevor J. Young, mind controlled. Now, of course, question is, does the mind control continue after even the soap is branded with TranStar. Mind control continues after presumably even after they're removed from the telepath's whatever. Subject appears disorientated, paranoid, not sure how much of current behavior is due to the incident versus his recent neuromod removals. Recommend continued observation. So what's weird to me is this like him being mind controlled requires a telepath, Typhon. I mean, it's probably like, oh, you know, this dude probably isn't aware. It's like need to know basis and all that stuff. But it's probably like the slow creep of you know, security violations or whatever. You know what I mean? People slacking or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I work in medicine. I see all kinds of corners cut and all that stuff all the time. Sunburst banana pudding. That sounds fantastic. Remain 2 meters away from glass. Well, can he see me? That's actually something that's interesting. Can I bust? No. Okay. What was going on there? Okay, there we go. We could put that away. Suit repair kit, I'll take it. Okay, I didn't click or anything, but all right. Oh, I have the code. You know, there's...
Good afternoon, Talos. Join us in congratulating Dr. Lorenzo Calvino, winner of the Employee Innovation Award this quarter.
You know, so yeah, you can see the code DeVries 7324. Why though? Why does he know that code? So that's the code, I think, to the safe. But it doesn't make any sense. And then you have, like, oh, did I spit on the screen? My apologies to myself. Number of days he's been there, presumably, who knows? We'll just leave him there for now. There's no need to do anything with him yet. I don't know what that is, the hacking thing, but it's fine. And then I could repair the thing, maybe. Or you could get some spare parts. Alright. I could fabricate the thing and leave the station, but I don't know what you would do. Part of me wants to. I'm pretty sure it's not an optional thing. But part of me wants to go out there just to see if there's what changes over time. However, I'm reasonably certain that, what's the word? Stuff on the outside, like this, you know, escape pods or whatever, they're probably there. And then it's not that they're replaced, it's added to, right? So if there's one there so far, then later there might be an additional one. You know what I mean? That original will still be there, but there will be an additional. So I don't know. My thought is, hey, our turret is still functioning. That is fantastic. And Was it intentional that they put the gay dude, potentially assumedly gay, that they gave him a banana? Right? Was that on purpose? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, buddy. The U's, huh? It's funny. All right, let us recycle this stuff. Whoa, we are basically full. Send that up. Yeah, we're gonna send these in because I don't know. No, we're gonna keep that. Keep the ammo, absolutely. Man, creamy banana pudding. Sunburst bananas by Trainstar Kitchens. Dude, I love banana pudding. Like, actual good banana pudding is just, like, just put it in my mouth. You know what I mean? That's how that goes. Okay, we'll do like this. Like, real, legitimate banana pudding is just fantastic. Okay, we got 8 minerals, 13, whatever. All right. Let's watch this video. Okay. Interesting. So that's actual, not wood necessarily, but some kind of surface. Why is this like this? Why is this scuffed up? That makes no sense. Anyway. Alright, I gotta drink this beer. I should not have opened it, to be honest, but screw me, I guess. I need to drink it to give myself the best opportunity to not be hungover starting call. Not hungover when I'm starting call is the ideal. It's funny though, because I guarantee watching the video does change things going forward, because you have to go get the key. No. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Oh. You made it from January. EOM, end of message. I still don't know what happened. I would put it behind me from Michaela. But there's no reason we can't still be civil. You passed me in the hall today. You looked through me. If you're angry at something I did, tell me. We can talk about it. Pretending you don't even know who I am isn't going to help. We still have to work together. She is the lady in the power plant, I think, that apparently we had some sort of relationship, but the fact that we're constantly getting our memory erased, as we're about to find out, does not help things. Like, how does that even work? You basically inject yourself with a bunch of neuromods, go through these tests to see what they do, and then debrief the rest of the day, and then you're still the vice president. Whoa, excuse me. And then you're still the vice president. Right? So you're doing whatever the rest of the day, potentially crazy or whatever. I don't know. Morgan from Jason Chang, that's the secretary. As requested, your terminal logs are set to be automatically forwarded to your suite and crew quarters, and the supplies from hardware sent up. Let me know if they get to you all right, and if not, I'll get it resolved. Like last week, I'll make sure you aren't disturbed in the interim. Let me know if there's anything else I could do. I'll hold down the fort outside your office. Maybe it's a weekly thing, not a daily thing. But according to there was like that board with day, like this day test, that day test, whatever. Every day there was a test. Seems like it was a daily test, not a weekly, but whatevs. Okay, so we read all the emails. Watch me, Morgan. Hello, Morgan. This LGV file, Looking Glass video file, should clear things up. Make sure you're alone when you hit play. Which Strange, but potentially Alex could be here too, I suppose. Watch me on the main screen. An office with a view. And this is kind of neat. Reminds me of Subnautica, that audio sting specifically.
Hello, Morgan. Tough day, right? If I'm talking to myself, it must be. Now, your memory's shot full of holes.
There's the key code for the safe.
I'm sorry, but it's permanent. So the first thing you need to know is you can trust January. It's an operator, a sort of backup of you and me. It knows what you've forgotten. We've been testing a new kind of neuromod based on the Typhon organisms, mapping their neural patterns onto ours. Problem is, when you uninstall a neuromod, it resets your memory back to the moment you first put it in. That's why you forget. There's supposed to be a process to bring you back up to speed between test runs. But someone could just skip that part, turn a single day into your entire life.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what Alex did. The question is, why? You're not gonna like what I have to say next.
Damn videos. Sorry, but I can't let you listen to that. Not until I've had a chance to explain everything in person. For now, just... Damn it. I have to go. Just sit tight. Please.
So... See, this is part of the reason I... You know, like Yahtzee from... Oh, here we go.
Sorry, Morgan. Alex cut us off from the Looking Glass servers. Time to improvise. I suggest you search Dr. Calvino's workshop in the hardware labs. He invented the Looking Glass technology.
Oh.
You might find a way to restore the server connections there. I'm looking for another way to help you in the meantime. Good luck.
Okay, so I guess we don't get to see January yet. Through a glass darkly. Philip K. Dick. I think I mentioned that in the thing. Well, we'll see. But, so, yeah. It's, so Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation and now Second Wind, potentially. I don't know what it is anymore, but he was like, he has this little podcast thing of like, why... Excuse me, why was Prey so forgettable? And this is one of the reasons why, right? Because they cut this thing. It's the whole mystery box thing that like J.J. Abrams likes to do. And so it's like, oh my gosh, they cut there's a video feed and they cut it, and he's like, I can't let you listen to that, Morgan. I can't let you listen to it. You can't listen to it. It's too, oh my god, it's terrible. And then literally the rest of the video is Morgan just being like, yeah, you gotta blow up the station. You can't let the Typhons get to Earth. You have to blow it up. That's all. That's all it is. And this is basically the beginning of the game. And they're like, you have to blow up the station. It's like, okay, we haven't seen the station yet. We don't know that it's a total loss. I mean, it's a total loss, but we don't know specifically that. But it doesn't make any sense that Alex would cut the feed because it's dumb. It's dumb that he would cut the feed. Yes, automated notification system or whatever. Yeah, so it's this weird thing where it's like this stuff, they're trying to create tension and drama where there really isn't any, and that's a problem. So, anyway. Alright, we gotta go to Dr. Calvino. He was the one that was talking about the looking glass. What do you see when you look into the glass? Hey, my office. Oh no, it's not. It's still broken. Yeah, he was the one that talked about seeing something in the glass. And, you know, whatever, right? Whatever. So, let's see. What's the next objective? Calvino's workshop. January believes Dr. Lorenzo Calvino, the man who invented the technology, knows a way to restore the video file. His workshop is in the hardware labs. That's true. And we've been there because this is the one that opens to the exterior. You have these red lines where it's the elevators and stuff. Right, that's locked. The lobby to the shuttle bay is locked. And the shuttle bay to the outside is also locked because that's the airlock symbol. Yeah, hardware labs, you basically... I think in this, at one point we went into something and I turned and I saw like a dude floating outside in space. Because like it had exploded. It was exposed to the vacuum of space, and I backed up. I was like, oh, we don't want to do that yet. That's what that is. The whole point is you go to the hardware labs. You can't access the labs because you need his key card. To get his key card, you need the jetpack technology, basically. Thankfully, our objective system knows this. Although this is a problem with the game. It's not conveyed to us. Us, as the player, we're just following these little prompts. We do things... Oh, shit, I'm spitting all over the monitor. We do them. We don't know why. We just follow the little thing. In the interview, the no-clip documentary about Prey, the developers were like, oh yeah, we tried to make sure that you could turn off the things and it would make sense. It's like, no, it doesn't. That's bullshit. You could turn them off and you have no idea. So many of the quests, you don't know why you're doing what you're doing until it's successful, and then that makes sense. You know what I mean? Just like bashing on the glass to talk to Danielle Show, who later will basically save you. You don't know that at the time. That's why you're doing that, but that's the whole point. It's silly. So, anyway. I don't think we have a way to get into those things below us. Not till January pops out, I think. Presumably he gives us the general access key. I killed him. I killed him and I got it. See, I don't like that. There's no... I'm sure that is like the audio sting for, oh my god, enemies are now in the lobby or whatever, right? Or, things have changed. Stuff has populated, whatever. Yeah, mean, objective, whatever. It's, That's fine. We'll save over this one. No, we'll save over number 2. Because number 3, we had not looked at the video file. So... Oh, wait, what? That was a mimic piece. Like, that was, and a mimic was mimicking that. So I guess it's probably good if we just sweep through the lobby again, just to make sure we can kill some of these MFers. Take advantage of your environment and tools in combat. You do not have to fight every enemy head-on. Use alternate routes to sneak past tough enemies or to get the drop on them. If you intend to fight, disabling enemies first with tools like the glue cannon can increase your odds of surviving. Part of me thinks that, like, the whole combat basics when we're already this far in the game is a bit silly, even though it's the intro, but it's... I don't know. It feels like it's late. It feels like this is past any potential tutorial. And yet, in the No Clip documentary, they talked about, oh, you know, tutorial, blah 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 blah, right? They sort of like poo-pooed it. However, not what Portal. Portal was basically 80% tutorial, and it was fantastic because it was constantly introducing new things. Part of me is like, hey, because it lists the, you know, the psychoscope or whatever lists the weaknesses of enemies, maybe this combat basic thing is irrelevant. You know what I mean? You already showed us, even though I never picked up on it, that you could glue mimics and shatter them into pieces. Although, to be fair, I thought I did that with that one Phantom, and it turned out it was just like falling over instead. And then I glued it when it was a vase in the original playthrough, and when I bashed it, it just bashed the glue around it. So there's mixed messages, excuse me. Mixed messages going on here. But having a you know, I don't know if there's a difference between a tutorial and constantly introducing new concepts that that the player has to learn about. You know what I mean? If in Portal or Hell, Ask Libra is a fantastic example, because every chapter of the game, there is literally, maybe not every single chapter, I don't remember explicitly, but it seems like every time you have a new chapter, you're getting some sort of new gameplay mechanic. Even literally to the very end. You can't see my hands, but I'm like gesturing and stuff. The very end of the game, the final dungeon. You know, you go into the final dungeon and it's like, here's 2, not just 1, but 2 new gameplay mechanics. And you're like, oh my god. You know, and it's something to, you know, you can grind if you want to, you kind of have to, but also it's something to integrate into yourself and gear up. And that's kind of how the game is, Ask Libra. I mean, you're learning the entire game. This is very odd in that it sort of doesn't want to teach the player how to use the systems that it puts into the game. It's just very odd. It doesn't want to teach, but it also doesn't want to reward the player for experimenting and learning on their own. You know what I mean? Because there's you can either tutorialize it and have the player learn, or you can let the player experiment and learn on their own, and they don't really want to do either, which, like I said, that's kind of it's why it's like a survival horror, but you want the player to experiment, and it's like, that's not how that works. You know, in situations, if the game has limited resources, telling the player that you want them to experiment with the limited resources they have is kind of like contradictory and a recipe for a disaster. It's very not good. Okay, now am I being attacked by? I'm gonna stop. But am I being attacked by the? Yes. Okay, cool. Mimic corpse. Suck it. All right. So now, I didn't want to, but now we have to... Oh, Elias! Is this the dude that was blackmailing people? Alright, fair enough. We have to walk through this whole area to see if there's mimics. Because, again, there's mimics. You know what I mean? That's where we're going. But, and again, I don't know. I'm not like, you know, I could be like, ooh, is this? Oh, what about the chair right there? Oh, is it a thing? Oh my gosh. Okay, no, I'm not gonna whack the oxygen tank or whatever, but oh my god, what oh my, I didn't realize those had glass, but that's cool. You know what I mean? I could be like just constantly stressed and whatever, and that would be potentially fantastic, but you know, I'm like, hey, there's gonna be mimics. Let's just keep rolling. Let's just keep going through. They'll attack me or they won't. If I get close to them, they'll attack. What the hell is that sound? Again, right? What? Oh! I didn't know that. You know, it's funny, right? Because the whole, like, you see the diamonds, right? That's wire in the glass. It's wire in the glass because if you break the glass, the wire still prevents you from making a hole. So, I mean, it also holds the glass together, right? So even if I cracked the glass, you wouldn't fall through. You would just like step on the little wire that's crisscrossing through the glass. That's insane to me. Okay. Like, all right. Any, I really did not expect, yeah, I mean, there's water fountains right here. I really did not expect, that you'd fall through like that. That's insane. That's legitimately insane because I'm just like why? I'm just glad it did not damage my suit. You know, but I'm like, that's sort of a, I really didn't think you could actually bust through the floor and fall. That seems like an issue. Also, I thought it would kill me, not that it would just deal half my health. It's so weird, right? It's like someone online mentioned that this game is not immersive, right? Because they're like, oh, they deal with your complaints by saying it's an immersive sim and blah blah blah, and then you point out that you could, there's all this stuff that you can't recycle, like the toilet paper everywhere. And then in response to that, they call you a racist or whatever. That's kind of why I'm laughing, but it sort of falls in that vein where, like, seriously, someone should have looked at that and been like, you could break through this reinforced glass? Like, what the hell? Then again, maybe they brought it up and whoever was in charge was like, yes, you could break through it. Stop whining or whatever. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people that become in charge and then they're idiots. Like the director, the Raphael guy, right? Like him. Because, again, he was like, oh yeah, we'll take this name, Prey, that we're forced to use. and we'll just use a different IP for it. I mean, you know, then again, like I said, we wouldn't have gotten the game we got had they not done that. However, they're all losing their jobs. So you can't even see that. You can't even see... Dude. Okay, we'll just be careful. Because this is not reinforced. It's just lines on it. You know what I mean? It's just lines. It's not actually, you know, whatevs. Okay, nothing in there. Did the glass repair itself? I don't know. Okay, let me save real fast. The alcohol kicked in. Oh gosh, we have to stop. Why do I have to stop? I'm really unexcited about stopping. And why is this lamp lit when the other one I knocked over is not lit? Yuri Kimura, whatever her name is, crazy lady. Japan, Côte d'Azur, Paris. They don't let me bust through this glass. It would be amazing if they did. So is that... What is this? It's moving. Is that the sun? I shouldn't be able to look at it if that is the case. Presumably it is the sun, because it doesn't look like the moon. The moon is huge. And this glass is intact. General access. Yeah, we don't have that yet. One day. I assume January is going to give it to us. As opposed to forcing us to murder him for it. You know, just, hashtag first world problems. Alright, okay. Now. I don't... Ooh, that's open. I don't think I went in there before. I see it's green. Okay, it's not active, so, you know, whatever. I wonder if the triggering the story thing deactivated it. Does that make sense? You know, it's like it's no longer a thing. And the fact that I hear things like making noise, I don't know if that's a hey guy.
Of atmosphere, gravity, or other serious emergency, please report to the
I think it's the chair.
Station.
Okay. Suck it, mimic. Randolph Hutchinson. Whoops. Right, that's the other thing is they don't need live. They don't need live subjects to they can reproduce using whatever. International Art Talos Edition. TranStar Corporation commissioned several high-profile artists to create works exclusively for Talos One, orbital research and development facility that has brought us the Neuromod and many other technological wonders. Renowned Belgian sculptor Frederick Smart sculpted the work Smoke Signals, which forms the centerpiece of the employee dining hall. Okay. I don't remember that, but alright. I'll try and remember to keep an eye out. The installation artist, simply known as Jesse, constructed the chain of marbled glass panels which soar gracefully overhead in the Talos One lobby. I think I just walked on that. And former street artist Patrick O designed a series of exclusive posters for TranStar featuring impressions of orbit, eclipse, and other celestial themes in his signature geometric style. He also developed Neuromod promotional image featuring the likeness of actor Daisy Prince. TranStar president Alex Yu commented, "Art inspires, fires our creativity, makes us look beyond our present circumstances to what might be possible. I'm going to try and finish this beer now because it's like, excuse me. The longer I let it go on, the more I need to drink it earlier rather than later so I can, process it and stuff. It's really interesting, especially with current media, though, that so much media is, I guess, propaganda might not be the right word. Marketing might be a better word. I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can buy news articles. And I mean, granted, if you own the company, you can do that as well, but the average person can as well. Which that changes, or it should change, your opinion of the news. Whoa. Because if someone can just pay to be like, yes, I want this front page. I want the fact that I'm suing this person, I want this front page and I want it, sympathetic to me. If that's an actual thing, then that calls into question the entire news media. How much of the rest of the news is actual, legit at that point? How much is purchased versus how much is, done for the people's right to know? It's a great question. That's gonna be a rough one later. Okay, let us do this. Guaranteed, I don't know how many mimics there are in here. Probably, I'm gonna say 4. 3 to 4. Okay, it's the chair. Oh, you son. Well, it ran out there. There's definitely more in there. I heard more. I think there's 2 things in there. Okay, we gotta let our stamina recover, but it escaped into the main. There's... Yep. I see it. Okay. And you... Wait, where did you go? Wait. Okay, that would actually be amazing if it tried to use the, corpse to reproduce, but it, I mean, obviously did not. Now, I'm not saying that those chairs are not mimics, but we'll get to them, right? International art, used cigar. Like, why can I not recycle any of this stuff? This is a great... Why can I not get some coffee? Lemon peel. We got a little thingamabob. So here's what's interesting to me as well, is this stuff is all static, right? So if I use this explosive canister, it's not going to be there in the future. This is the station. It is set. Things that I use get used. However, things change over time. So it's like the number of explosive canisters does not change, but the number of enemies does, which strikes me as... Part of me, I understand, but the other part of me is like, that's not fair. I don't know. I see the lady, I see the... Well, potentially. Why would you microwave a lemon peel? Pioneers of Space Industry. Excerpt from Chapter 11 of Pioneers of Space Industry by Thalen Cross. Working aboard a space station like Talos is comparable to working on Earth. Employees tend to forget they are in space and adapt very well. By contrast, a trove of psychological and behavioral data has been compiled by a decade-long study of Pytheas employees. The Pytheas facility sits deep in a crater on the lunar pole, permanently shadowed and surrounded by kilometers of ice. I wonder if this is related to moon crash. Beneath Pytheas is a vast network of cramped tunnels where helium-3, hydrogen, and platinum are mined. This is a dark, cold, and often terrifying workplace, cut off from the warm glow of Earth, which extracts a heavy and often fatal toll on the crew. Seems... oh my goodness, what is going on? Oh, yeah. Seems, not good.
Are you on your way?
On my way where?
Octavia, didn't you see the alert? We're supposed to muster.
Listen, it's really sweet that you're worried about me, but we've had alerts before, and I've got 3 more of these glorified vacuum cleaners to fix before my shift is over. Oh, make that 4. Someone dropped off another. God, these things are junk.
I don't think this is a drill, Octavia. I'm sending you the code. Please, come to the escape pods right now.
Okay. I don't know what code we got, but, it's cool. Oh my god, we have to stop. Okay. Oh, hey. Yeah, we're on the other side of this. That's cool. So yeah, next time I guess we'll go through this center room. I see you, explosive canister. Alright, we will save. Alright guys, that is it for today, unfortunately. I'd love to record another one, but it's basically my bedtime, and I am, reasonably intoxicated, so I need to, stop. I only have 2 beers left, so, I actually look forward to not drinking anymore because I sleep way better, but yeah. It's a hard thing, right? I like drinking, but I also like not drinking. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. As always, guys, questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear them. Do read all of them, do respond to all of them as well. What is your guys' unique puzzle moment for today? Understand, I know I'm slurring my words a little bit. You can tell I'm out of practice as far as drinking because this is like my 3rd beer for today, and yeah, it's rough. I've been able to drink way more. When I was drinking, it was like my tolerance was way higher. So, but I paid someone to clean my gutters. It's all right, it's okay. Hopefully they didn't screw up the roof. I heard them like walking on it and stuff, and that's concerning. But the problem is you let your gutters get not clean, and that the leaves and stuff decompose into dirt, and then you get water damage to your roof as a result of that. And, so I don't want that. So, it's okay. And I'm afraid of heights, so I'm not gonna get up there myself and do it. But that's my unique puzzle moment. Hopefully your guys just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. Hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.